Access Sportsnet Lakers brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Allie Clifton, Mike Trudell will handle the duties at Crypto.com Arena. The Lakers get the easy win over the lowly Wizards. Luka had the night off, but that did not stop the offense from having a big night. LeBron James, a triple-double at age 41. 6 Lakers in double figures. 50 bench points, big game, James. I know you like that. The team shot 56% and also 21 fast break points. Everyone played, had a good time, didn't have to play a ton of minutes. Lakers get ready for the Cavs.
Yeah, I mean, look, did what they were supposed to do against a very weak Wizard team. Coming off a great road trip, coming back home, winning a tough game after being on the road and then having this kind of a softball game thrown to them. But these are the tough games. The tough games to get up for. You have to really search hard because you kind of think you're going to beat this team. I thought the discipline was really good tonight, the way they came out defensively. Even though Washington kind of came back in that second quarter, the Lakers were able to regain themselves. The bench, the coaching staff, I think got a lot out of this game. They got to see guys on the floor experimenting with some things. I thought Hayes, just a nice collective effort led by LeBron. Reeves did a good job as well, but I thought overall the bench and the role players stepped up and got the job done.
I think discipline, as you mentioned, but also you could tell that there was an intentionality with coming in for a collective game plan. Without your motor, without your catalyst, and Luka Doncic. And I think it started with LeBron and Austin. Early, you kind of asked, what kind of version were we going to get from LeBron? We saw more of a scoring attack from him, but I also thought there was an intention from Austin to facilitate. And I just think the two of them played off each other so well, but then also understanding in that second quarter to turn it up a notch, and then obviously in the fourth to take it up even another level. It was just an overall great team win.
All right, let's talk LeBron James, guys. He's been flirting with a triple-double, it seems like every single night recently. Tonight he gets it done, 21, 10, and 12. It's the 125th of his career, James, and that is good for 5th all time.
Yeah.
Although people usually weren't getting them in their 23rd season. That's the difference.
I continue to scratch my head every game he plays that he's continuing to be a leader. Not only that, he's doing whatever it takes. He needs to be a scorer. He needs to be an assist guy. Tonight, without Luka, he took over, triple-double. Yeah, he continues to work his way up the leaderboard. It won't be a matter of time. He'll be the passing Magic Johnson.
Triple-doubles are great, but I look at his stats from tonight, and I find myself asking the question, what's more impressive? The 3rd triple-double of the season at 41 coming in Game 75, being a team-high plus 25, or the leader in minutes on the team at 33, the 3rd most minutes played in the game entirely. I just think he continues to beg you to ask him what he won't do for you. He's done it so many times throughout his career, you know, whether it's playing all 82, whether it's leading the league in assists, whether it's leading the league in fast break points at this age, telling you and reminding you that he can adapt to whatever situation you need of him. And tonight versus, you know, a team like Washington, he could have easily said, hey, I need to take one. I'm 41, give me some rest. Front end of a back-to-back. But no, instead he comes out and what?
Yeah, 21, 12, and 10. Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Is this even more impressive? Tonight he tied Kareem, all-time wins. I didn't want you to look. I didn't want you to look at the graphic. 1,228.
I'm gonna lob this one up to you.
I'm not surprised, and he's doing it with a lot of spirit and a lot of energy. He's not just out there as a 41-year-old. You know, taking the leftovers. He's out in the front with energy and speed and power and force that you wouldn't see in, any other player of his status that age, Gator. Dunking the basketball, up over the rim. I mean, I don't know. I've never seen an athlete quite like LeBron James still doing what he does. And he leads. When he's not leading, he'll get out of the way, and he will allow Luka and Austin Reeves to do their thing. And when he's called upon, he's always available. Just simple.
You know what was impressive, Ali, was actually the way he played tonight. James just mentioned that speed, that force, that attack. I mean, we actually wanted him to slow down because we were thinking of the Cavs game. So we're like, can we get him out of the game?
Yeah, can we have you come out?
Yeah. But he led the team in minutes.
But no. And I think he actually got that 10th rebound, and he was like, why are you taking him? Why are you going to take me out?
Yeah, we're like, you're out.
Because I've said this often throughout his career, and I think it truly does still hold true. It's like everyone's cup of coffee. That's what conditioning, that's what playing, that's what being out there and active, constantly moving, what that does for him is it keeps him engaged. It keeps him locked in. It keeps him free-flowing and feeling in a rhythm. Instead of sitting and resting like we're all trying to sit out here and put a bubble around him and protect him. And
it's funny you say that.
This is what helps him go.
Remember, he misses the first 14 games, and he had to miss some games here and there, and he's had some ailments. But he has mostly been available and has played a lot of games. We never thought he'd play back-to-backs. Here he is playing back-to-backs. And now you just want him to keep going. Because that's what he does. Ali's right. Like, that's how he plays the game.
Rare. There are some athletes in different sports that rest is not important. It's not good for them. They need to keep their motor running, like idling at least. And LeBron seems to be one of those players. I mean, he missed training camp this year because he had to. He had a serious injury, but I just don't think he needs rest. He just needs to keep his engine going, keep it tuned up. Rest might hurt him. I don't know.
The motor idling is a good. That's a good
analogy. Motor idling is perfect. Ali, I'll start with you on this one. Bench, 50 points. How about Jaxson Hayes? Perfection tonight with the 19 points, 8 for 8, the 7 rebounds. He also had a 3 that was pretty awesome. And then Luke Kennard was aggressive, 7 of 10, 4 for 5 from 3, a +20 and a +19, Ali.
It's no coincidence you have the 2 best three-point shooters on the team right now.
Yeah, right there.
As Mike Trudell just mentioned. I think the efficiency for Luke, obviously, continuing to see the ball go through the rim and just get those touches is just going to be key for him down the stretch. But also, Jaxson Hayes, we talked about in the pregame, and we've talked about it, and you've referenced it a lot, what he put in the offseason. But just the role delineation, I think, is something that he has settled into, and he plays it to a T. Just the energy, the force, understanding personnel on the floor and taking advantage, being on the receiving end. But this is also his 4th straight game, double-digit scoring. So there's some consistency there, and I think you mentioned that when we were watching the game.
He's been averaging 14 over those 4 games, Ali, so I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I give JJ Redick and Luke Kennard a lot of credit for coming out and having a good performance and strategy after that big upset for UConn.
After their heart was completely shattered.
The fact that he can come out and get 19, I had to get that in there. Actually, I think Luke Kennard is getting used to the team more. He came in kind of learning. We knew he could shoot, and we know he can do more than that. He had a little 15-footer tonight. Can put the ball on the floor, can strike with the pass. I think the more time he gets these last games will be good for him. Yep. I think his input can be bigger with that three-point shot.
I'm just going to say this. The best part about tonight, because I hate this rule by the NBA with the 16 technicals, because I want to watch Luka Doncic play basketball as a Laker fan, as an NBA fan. But he got to rest tonight.
Are you watching, Luka?
He got to rest tonight.
Chill, brother.
So I'm happy about that. Time to hear from Coach JJ Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealers.
JJ, I think the bigs combined today, 13 for 13, and obviously most of it's been on rolling. They've both been so good at it. Could you see some point in the future, like one of them popping out to 3 and kind of like adding that look, even though it's not something they've
hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
So even though Jaxson made one tonight.
Yeah.
No, it's so important for those guys, for our team, for them to put pressure on the rim, and they've done it in a number of ways. Done it in transition. Jaxson gets ahead of his guy early. LeBron hits him. He gets a dunk. DA just as a roller, I thought was great tonight. Jaxson out of our 88 spacing always does a really good job just playing off LeBron or Luka right there. And we were saying on the bench after he got that and one, his timing of like his gather and no dribble and then taking those 2 steps and being at the rim has been great, and he's gotten dunks. He got the and one tonight, but it's for us, again, we're elite when we touch the paint, and we don't touch the paint enough, and so the emphasis is not for our bigs to pick and pop and shoot threes, but it's to put pressure on the rim.
The shooting threes, Kennard obviously is good at that. What have you made of his presence just overall since you acquired him?
He's a pro. He's just very steady and very consistent in execution, in effort. Obviously, there's a gravity that he has off the ball, both as a spacer and as a mover. And then has just been a terrific decision maker for us, and good to see him have a big scoring night.
I think you guys were down maybe 4 at this point. Jaxson had that big dunk, a couple offensive rebounds early. Just how much did you feel maybe his energy kind of changed the trajectory of the game, at least early, I think, after that one dunk?
Yeah, I mean, he had a great first run, and DA had a terrific second run. Both those guys were really good in the first half. Thought overall our defense was pretty good in the first quarter. Then we switched to zone and held them to 18 points in the second quarter. But really for me, it was we had 5 balls that literally rattled in and out. LeBron missed a dunk, uncontested. It was just a strange start offensively for us. And then outside of some turnovers in the third quarter, I thought it was a good offensive night for us.
JJ, when you're in the moment coaching like you were tonight, are you able to enjoy LeBron James, to marvel what he does out there?
I enjoy all of our guys every single night. Just not all the time.
I mean, he hit a triple-double tonight at 41 years old, another one. That's pretty majestic. How about that?
Yeah, did he break another record or tie another record?
His own record.
The wins record. Tied the wins record for playoffs and regular season. Yeah, I mean, I'll just say he's very praiseworthy. I don't know what else to say about him at this point. I've tried to give every version of the same soliloquy on his longevity, but I don't have anything for you tonight.
JJ, what's your philosophy on how you analyze and assess three-point defense? Like, obviously, the balls go in or goes out, but this is like the 8th time that a team didn't hit double-digit threes, like 6th time that they didn't hit 25%. And that's been a trend since the All-Star break. So, like, how do you view that, and how well your defense is affecting that?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways to sort of measure expected field goal percentage, expected three-point percentage. One way is to take a look at every shot and use basically league averages, and you arrive at a number. The other way to do it is to individualize it for each shot, for each player. What does this guy shoot, off the dribble going left, historically? Whatever the code is, whatever the algorithm is, that gives us an expected, three-point percentage for a half a game. I'll give you an example. Boston, when we got blitzed in the first half, they were like 18 points over expected at halftime. And that was really the trend in our defensive three-point percentage throughout the season. It was about 3 percentage points higher by our own internal metrics that team shot against us. And I would have to get an updated look at it, what it looks like in the last whatever it is now, 17 games that we've been 15-2. But that's kind of how I measure it. And if teams are slightly underperforming whatever the expected is, then that's probably just some level of regression to the mean for us, given that teams outperform for the majority of the season.
JJ. Are 49-26, 23 games over 500. They are 14-2 in the month of March, and they've won 12 of 13 games. They win 120-101. But tomorrow, second night of a back-to-back. You will be down there, Allie. Big game, you'll be with me. It's the Lakers and the Cavs. LeBron James, his 125th triple-double of his career. He's with Mike Trudell in the media.
LeBron, first of all, if you wouldn't mind just kind of confirming the story Bronny told us. So 2014 Miami, you're playing one-on-one. He makes a couple shots, and said this was the last time you played, and then was it kind of like, oh, okay, and then you went and broke a backboard?
Yeah. We had a hoop in our driveway, and I drove around him and dunked it. I didn't mean to shatter the glass, but yeah, I shattered it. Yeah.
And was that, had he gotten hot before that point, and you just had to kind of remind him, or what was the?
He made a couple of shots, but that's like Miami Bron, like. Yeah. That's like invincible, Bron. Yeah, so it's not like he was about to win. Yeah, I didn't mean to shatter it. I had to buy another one, shit. Or did I even buy another? Bron, did I even buy another hoop? I don't think I did either.
That was that?
Yeah, I think that was it. That was it. That was it. That was it.
All right. And then any thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, we had a professional approach. We came in, we got the job done, understanding. Doesn't matter who we're playing. You know, we're still trying to build habits for the postseason, so a good win for us.
You often talk about not being able to really maybe enjoy the moment, but another triple-double. Yeah. Are you able to enjoy some of this at all?
I mean, I've had moments more this year and last year that I've enjoyed more in the moment. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty cool to know that I'm, I mean, at this point in my career, and I'm still able to do those things. I mean, it's super dope. It's super humbling, and just try to put the work in and continue to put the work in, and those are the results of it.
One thing you've talked about a lot this season is being a big passion is golf. When did that start for you? Why do you love it so much, and how much has that helped the team bond?
Well, I never believed in the bug. People always talk about the golf bug. I never believed in it. But I told myself when I turned 40, I wanted to do something that was something I just maybe uncomfortable or never done in my life before. I never played golf in my life before. I never followed the sport, really. But when I turned 40, I said it was something. It was that and chess. I've never played chess as well, so that would be next. But right now, I'm locked in on golf. It's something that I've, really put a lot of time in. I love the sport. I appreciate the sport. I love how difficult it is, and I love a challenge. So I look forward to just putting more work in over the course of however long it takes me. But right now, I'm having a hell of a time playing it. And for us, we have a lot of golfers on our team, and the best thing about what we did in Orlando is that we beat the shit out of the coaches, and that was great.
Of course, you guys want Luka available, but on a night like tonight when he's not playing, and you get Luke Kennard with 19, Jackson doesn't miss a shot, DeAndre doesn't miss a shot. How can something like this help in the playoffs when a guy gets his moment, knowing that he had moments in the regular season?
Well, no, what do you mean? We don't want this to happen in the postseason.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Guys who got a bigger chance.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, it's going to be, in the postseason, it could be a different guy, every night that can make, those plays to help you win a postseason game. And obviously, Luka's going to do what he does. AR's going to do what he do. They're gonna do what they do. So, but every given night in the postseason, you can have a different guy step up and make impact plays. So, it definitely helps to have a moment like tonight where those guys were. I mean, our bigs was what they was 13 for 13 from the floor. They had 14 rebounds, 5 blocks, 1 for 1 from the 3. They were great. Luke was Luke. Shot the piss out the ball again. So, and everybody that came in and gave us minutes were great.
LeBron, can you describe what Saturday was like for you to see Bronny lead South Bay to the number 1 seed and Bryce go to the Final Four? It was within like 60 minutes or so.
Yeah, it was totally awesome. I don't know, man. I had Bronny's game on my iPad. As me and my wife were in the living room, I had Bronny's game on the iPad sitting on the table, and then my wife had Bryce's game on the TV. So we were watching both at the same time. I was watching Bronny go off, and I was also seeing Bryce, celebrate with his teammates as they went to the Final Four. It was just super. I mean, come on. My boy's first year in college. He's going to the Final Four, and Bronny doing what he's doing, continue to, get better. We got nothing to worry about.
LeBron, that's the one thing that you didn't get to do in your career because you went straight. To see him cut down the nets and have that moment in the Final Four.
Yeah. I'm happy for him, but I definitely made the right decision. I cut 3 nets state championships, and that was enough for me. Yeah, I'm good. That was good.
They were both to win a championship in the next 13 days or 2 weeks. The Bronny with G League and Bryce.
Bryce.
How would that motivate you? Right behind him in the
listen, we're a winning family. And that's all we've ever done. And it doesn't even mean in sports. In life, we're a winning family. So all this other shit is just extra credit, and we're super appreciative of it.
LeBron, given the group's strong play this past month, how would you assess the team's readiness to make that championship push?
We still got some games left. We still got to continue to improve. But we know what we're capable of, but we will not shortcut the process. And the process is finishing the regular season strong. Next opponent is tomorrow. We got a road trip coming up. We can't shortcut the process, and that's most important. When the postseason get here, we will attack that as its own individual season.
Just on that note, like, in what ways does this team feel maybe different, maybe more prepared compared to this time last year when you guys had some quality wins as well going into the playoffs?
I don't even remember this time last year. It was such a blur. It was like 3 different seasons all in one. I mean, there was just so much changeover last year. So it's hard for me to even think about last year. I don't even know where I was, at that point or where we were. We did have there's a lot of changeover. That's all I can say. I can speak to now. We're in a good place right now. The chemistry is high. Everyone loves being around each other. We love playing for one another. We love being off the floor with one another. It's a good, tight-knit group, and we got to carry that for the rest of the regular season. Then I said, like, the postseason is its own season. We got to carry it.
Nope.
So you heard now he's not going to allow you and DA to shoot pickup optics, even though you're 3 for 3 now?
I'm 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
I saw the celebration that you had. Just when you get the opportunity, just how does it feel to let it fly?
I mean, obviously good. My 3rd year in the league and my 4th year in the league, I shot a little more with the Pelicans. And now I just want to make sure I do whatever the team needs me to do. So, I mean, I screen and do a bunch of other things, so that ain't really my job. But if I get an open one, I'm going to definitely shoot it.
Do you work on that shot at all?
Always. Always. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm an NBA player, and I still work on other things, too. I can't just work on dunking all day, so I got to work on some things.
I mean, JJ was just talking about how you've improved in terms of screening and not setting illegal screens. Like, what goes into that and making sure that technique is sound?
A little bit of film plus just knowing right angles to set your screens and just, I mean, honestly, all my guards waiting for me and then making sure I'm just set. Because a big time always is just the guard starts moving early and then, like, so then you get called for a illegal screen, but yeah.
Jackson, I feel like, I mean, we just asked JJ about it. It feels like we ask you guys every single time LeBron does something that, he ties the wins record for playoffs and regular season today. He had another triple-double, his 3rd of the season, 125th overall in his career. What does it say, like, a game where Luka's not available, where he still can kind of put forward a performance like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it goes to a test on the greatness that is LeBron James. I mean, he's 41 years old, and he had a triple-double today. So, I mean, it just shows you how hard he works and the preparation he does to get to where he is now.
Following up on that, LeBron has led the league in fast break points for much of the season. You guys scored a lot in transition today. Just what's it like running with him in transition, especially like at this stage of his career? He's still booking it down the court.
It definitely gets us going more because, I mean, if we see him run down, he beats us down the court, that's not a good thing. So I feel like I got to get down there when I see him start going. So, yeah.
Jackson, Mobley is averaging, I think, 15 rebounds a game this season, so he's top in the league in that department. What is the key to contain a guy like that from not dominating the boards?
Yeah, just boxing out and just bringing high energy and just making sure I match his energy all game.
Hey, Jackson, JJ said you're the best on the team in terms of verticality and being the low man. Can you talk about how you improved on that on the defensive end?
Yeah, just practice, watched lots of film, making sure I'm just reading and watching film and learning where I got to be at the right times. Because I definitely was not good at verticality my first few years in the league and my first year here. So just really just focusing on working on that and, yeah.
Thanks, Jackson.
Thanks.
We're headed to break. Luke Kennard scored 19 points in the win, part of a 50